Right, thank you. Good morning, Bore da. I'd like to welcome everyone to the hybrid meeting of the Planning Committee. The planning meeting is being broadcast live over the internet and will be available to view online now and in the future. We welcome the use of the Welsh language at meetings. I have had no request for people to speak Welsh today, so this meeting will be conducted in English only. Those attending in the chamber, please be aware that we are all on camera and you may be visible on screen when people around you are speaking. And please remember to speak clearly into your microphones. Committee members participating remotely, can you please refrain from using the chat function and instead use the raised hand icon to indicate when you want to speak. And please remember to keep your microphone muted when you are not talking. May I remind members that as per statutory guidance made under Section 4 of the Local Government Wales Measure 2011 and our formally adopted hybrid meeting policy, any member attending a meeting remotely must be able to be seen and heard by the members and officers who are attending the meeting, as well as by members of the public viewing the meeting. So can I ask that you all please use your cameras for the duration of the meeting. Right, I'll move on to the agenda. Agenda item 1, attendance and apologies. Rachel, do we have apologies?
Yes, Chair, we've received apologies from Councillor Mark Jones and Councillor Chris Tew.
Thank you. Agenda item 2, declarations of interest. Niall, could you please ask members in alphabetical order to state whether they have any interest to declare?
Of course, Chair. We'll start off with Councillor Ashley.
No items to declare.
Okay. Councillor Evans.
None that I'm aware of. No.
Councillor Gordon.
Nothing from me, thank you.
Councillor Haller.
Nothing from me.
Councillor Gaynor James.
Nothing from me.
Councillor John James.
Nothing from me.
Councillor Janet Jones.
Nothing that I'm aware of.
Yourself, Chair.
Nothing to declare.
And Councillor Slade.
Nothing from me. Nothing to declare.
Thank you, Niall. Right, we'll move on to agenda item 3, which is the minutes of the Planning Committee from the 17th of July 2024. Now, I'm bringing Hugh Roberts, Group Leader, Development Manager, in as he would like to make an amendment to the minutes. Hugh, would you like to make an amendment now?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Yeah, it's relating to 4.3. There was a little bit missed off the end of that in the minutes, which was on the original recommendation that was approved by members of the committee, and it should be finished off by or any amendments, additions or deletions of these conditions he may deem necessary. So if that could be added to the end of 4.3, Chair, I'd be grateful. Thanks so much.
Right, thank you. Members of the committee, have you anything to raise in relation to the minutes? And do you all agree with the amendment that Hugh has made? Everyone agree? I can't see anyone disagreeing. So the amendment has been accepted, and I will take that as the minutes approved. Thank you. Agenda item 4, planning application 24P0502 PNT, and it's proposed 20-metre monopole with 6 number antennas, 1 number dish, 4 number cabinets and ancillary development at Heritage Court Road, Gilchrist Thomas Industrial Estate, Blaenavon. Can I ask Mia McAndrew, Senior Planner, to present the report?
Yes, thank you, Chair. So this is a prior notification application where we firstly consider whether prior approval is required for this development, and then, if so, whether it is granted or not. So this is a 5G mast proposed on an ancillary works proposed on an industrial estate, the Gilchrist Thomas Industrial Estate in Glenavon. Here is you can see the site location plan there with the small site area highlighted. And here's a satellite image of the site, so you can see the industrial area, and there is a residential street nearby. And here's a zoomed up image, you can see the area where it is. So there's trees around the edge of the site. And here's a site photo as well. It is considered that it's a sensitive site, given its location within the World Heritage Site, and also as a high-risk area for development with coal. And it's also close to trees, so it is recommended that prior approval is required so that we can consider those impacts. So here's an existing drawing, so you can see that it's like a gravel area, and then there's a sort of grass bank, and then there's trees beyond that. And here's the proposed site plan, so you can see there is the 20-metre tall mast here, and there is the 4 cabinets then to the right of it, and then it's surrounded by a green palisade fence. And here's the elevation drawings of it, so you can see its relationship with the trees. It would be about 7 metres taller than the trees, and I zoomed up here so you can see what the cabinets and the fencing would look like as well. And here's a side view. So it's considered that the visual impact on the World Heritage Site is acceptable because the scale of the mast has been kept to a minimum. It's been proposed on an industrial estate, so it's got that industrial context. It would be painted green to minimise its impact, and it's got quite a slimline design. There are trees around it, so there would be measures taken such as protective fencing during the construction to make sure that they're not harmed. There's no trees proposed for removal or any tree works proposed. Since the committee report, we have received a new consultation response. The ecology officer advised that they have no ecological concerns with the development as long as the protective measures for the trees are enforced, and there's condition regarding that. They have requested that we secure biodiversity enhancement at the site, but given that it's such a small site area, literally just around that fenced area, there's very limited scope for ecological enhancement, so we have not applied this condition in this instance. So it is recommended that prior approval is required and prior approval is granted. Thanks.
Have you finished, Mia?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise. Right, thank you, Mia. Niall, can you confirm if there are members wishing to comment or ask a question in the chamber?
Yeah, we have a question from Councillor Evans.
Right. Councillor Evans, would you
Thank you, Chair.
like to ask your question now?
Yeah, I know we're trying to protect the trees when we go in there, but what about the biodiversity, particularly the insects and everything? You know, if you can alter that surrounding area, surely there's going to be some sort of impact on, you know, the biodiversity part of it.
Can you answer that, Mia, please?
Yeah, of course. So the mast and the cabinets would be provided on a gravel area, so they wouldn't. The palisade fencing would be partly built up into the adjacent bank, but it's just a grass bank that's not considered to have significant ecological value, and the ecology officer hasn't raised any concerns, so in this instance it's considered acceptable.
Janet, do you want to
Yes.
ask a question? Go ahead, please.
Right. We've had consultation with the other industrial units like Goss Engineering around there, and they've come back with they perfectly happy.
Yeah, so A site notice has been displayed as well, and we've consulted people in the local area. We've not had any comments.
Well, if we've had no other issues, I'd like to propose that this application is approved.
Thank you, Janet. Does anybody else want to ask a question? No? Well, will somebody second Janet's motion?
Yes, I'll
Thank
second
you,
it, Chair.
Carol. Thank you. Had a few seconders. Right. Niall, could you please ask members in alphabetical order to state whether they are for, against, or are abstaining?
Yes, Chair. Okay, so if we can start with Councillor Ashley.
For.
I notice Councillor Best has joined. Councillor Best.
Yep, for.
Councillor Evans.
Yeah, for.
Councillor Gordon.
For.
Councillor Haller.
For.
Councillor Gaynor James.
For.
Councillor John James.
For.
Councillor Janet Jones.
For.
Yourself, Chair.
For.
And Councillor Slade.
For.
That's unanimous, Chair.
Thank you. This application has been approved. Thank you. We'll move on to agenda item 5. It's planning application 24 P0518 I can't get it out. 2-storey extension to replace single-storey flat roof extension at Springvale, Danagrai, Crossacainog, Humbran. Can I ask Hugh Roberts, Group Leader Development Management, to present the report, please?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Yeah, this is an application that's been reported to committee because the applicant is a councillor and in accordance with the Constitution it's got to be reported to committee. As you say, it's a 2-storey extension to the side of the property and replaces an existing flat roof extension. You can see the site location there. I think you'll probably see it in aerial view as well in that location. That gives you the context of the site. It's quite a small cul-de-sac location, as you can see, and surrounding properties are a significant distance away from the site of this application. That's the property. You can see it's a brick property, raised slightly above the level of the road, conservatory to the front and a flat roof garage to the rear. It's context of the site really just to see the variety of different house types in this area and the different materials as well. You can see on the house at the top and a bit of render on the one at the lower photograph there as well. So there's a block plan. The first one on the left-hand side is the existing block plan. You can see a small flat roof extension. The one on the right is the proposed extension, which is 2-storey. Comes out a little bit further than the flat roof extension. You'll also notice there's an additional car parking space being provided, which doesn't need permission in its own right. So before and afters, really. So the left-hand side is what we've got existing. The right-hand side is what we've got proposed. You can see that it's set down. The extension will be set down from the main dwelling itself. It'll be rendered. The fenestration pattern is similar to what we've got in the existing property. It's set in from the front elevation and rear elevation. The design is considered perfectly acceptable and in line with our policies and supplementary planning guidance we have. And there's the floor plans again. So I'll switch them around. The existing is on the right hand side, the proposed is on the left. But you can see it provides just additional utility room and a porch on the ground floor and a walk-in wardrobe and an extended bathroom on the first floor. There's been no objections from neighbouring properties. The extension will have no impact on any overbearing impact on neighbouring properties or loss of light. Therefore, the application is recommended for approval, subject to the conditions on page 24 and 25 of the report. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Hugh. Niall, are there any members in the chamber wishing to ask a question?
No questions in the chamber, Chair.
Thank you. I can't see any hands up. Everyone satisfied?
Yeah.
Right. Could someone move a proposal, please?
I'll move it.
Thank you. And Carl, you put your hand up. Is that seconding? Thank you very much. Niall, could you please ask members in alphabetical order to state whether they are for, against or are abstaining?
Yeah, so we'll start with Councillor Ashley.
For.
Councillor Best.
For.
Councillor Evans.
For.
Councillor Gordon.
For.
Councillor Horler.
For.
Councillor Gaynor James.
For.
Councillor John James.
For.
Councillor Janet Jones.
For.
Yourself, Chair.
For.
And Councillor Slade. Councillor Slade.
Oh, perhaps he's lost the internet or something. Councillor Slade, can you hear us? Oh, well, I'll have to leave it as that. Anyway, everyone who's voted is for, so that looks good. This application has been approved. Thank you. Right, that's the end of the agenda. But before I close the meeting, I'd like to ask the committee members to stay on after the internet has closed. And can you stay on in the chamber just for a few minutes, please? And now I close the meeting.
Just before we close the meeting, Chair, I've just noticed Councillor Slade is back. So if Councillor Slade would like to cast his vote.
Yes.
You're on mute, sorry, Councillor Slade.
We can't hear you.
Sorry about that. I had to pop out in emergency.
Okay.
The door. Sorry, but I would been forward anyway.
Thank you. So that's another one for it. Okay, yeah. Niall.
Sorry, no. Very sorry.
Thank you, Alan. Right. Could you stay on online and the ones in the chamber, please? And could you tell us, Niall, when the internet has closed?